Welcome to That Little Crafting Place, where we make miniatures and much, much more. All right, it is Saturday and we are out at the pond. This is what it looks like. I took the small pond out, took that down to my son in Portland for his new house and new yard, and we're going to put in a new pond this year. The smaller pond is going to be perfect for my son's yard, and this is going to be fun to put in. I've been wanting to put in a larger pond for several years now, and this is the summer for that. So we're going to get started and make some pond islands for the fish. This is the drain system for my pond. It's going to be easy to clean, easy to drain. The water is going to run out of PVC pipe into a drain area that we've created on the little hillside where I have irises planted, and all I have to do is put the end cap back on the PVC pipe and we're good to go. Now we're going to move on to making 2 water pots and 1 floating island. I did not get geraniums for the yard this year in order for me to be able to get a pond, so rather than spending any extra money on water feature pots or a pond island, I'm going to make my own water feature accessories with materials that I have around the house. I use dollar store pool noodles for shipping for eBay when I'm shipping plates, platters, and other glass items. I've measured each shelf in the pond and I've cut my pool noodles accordingly so that with the 4 sections of pool noodles that I'm going to be using, I'll be able to create 2 pots and each will fit perfectly on its own shelf. And you're probably thinking, won't the pool noodles make it float away? Each pot is going to be weighted down with a single brick. I have some leftover heavy-duty weed block, and this is what I'm going to use to create my water feature pot. I'm going to measure the circumference of the pot, and then I'm going to cut my weed block accordingly and create a cylinder. After sewing down the side of the cylinder, I'm going to take the bottom of the cylinder, fold it in quarters, and create a square base. I will repeat this process for the floating island. For the floating island, I'm going to use this oval piece that I've cut from the foam that came with a 10-quart crock pot. I have hemmed the end of the cylinder and threaded elastic through it. Now I'm going to create the pot and we're going to head out to the pond. The shelves are a bit deep for the water plants I'm going to be using, so I'm going to use these bricks to raise the pots. Once the pots are in, they can be adjusted according to the water level. And these are my 2 goldfish, Heckle and Jekyll. Everything's ready to go, so let's get started. We're going to begin with the pond island. Before I get started putting the dirt in, I'm going to anchor the material into the foam with some brass nails. I want the inside of the island to only be about 4 inches deep, so anchoring the fabric with the nails will help maintain that depth, especially when the weight of the soil and the water come together. I'm going to add an extra layer of fabric from old tarp to help keep the soil intact. These are some of the water plants I brought back when I visited my son last week. I've subdivided my creeping Jenny and created 4 little bundles for my island. I'm going to add moss that I've gathered from around my yard. I'm going to grab a little pea gravel from the pathway, and then I think we're all done. I'm going to rinse off each container before I put it in the pond. I'll allow the pond to rest overnight, empty it once more, and put fresh water in it, and it should be all set. Now it's time to give the fish a few of their new toys. This little fellow didn't fare so well. His roots accidentally dried out and I had to trim him, but he's going to grow back very soon. We are going to pause this project for a moment right here because the bees arrived today. All right, the bees are in. Now it's back to business. Here you can see how I've created the square base by sewing it in quarter sections. I'm going to anchor the fabric down just as I did with the island, and then we're going to start planting. As you can see by these examples on Amazon just how much a pond water feature can cost. By using the materials that I already have, I have a savings of between $75 and $100. The depth of the planters for each shelf is approximately 8 inches. I'm not planning to have the pots on the shelves completely submerged. I'm using Creeping Jenny in most of my plantings around the pond. When it fills out, it's going to be a lovely draping plant. If you are going to use Creeping Jenny in any pots you plan to submerge, it can only tolerate having the water line an inch above the base of the plant. When you embark on this project and you make your water features, you're going to notice that for the first day or so, the water is going to be a bit murky. It's up to you if you want to leave your pond that way. I decided that I wanted to let the dirt settle in the pots for a day, and then I fished all of the plant life out and refilled the pond, and this is what it looks like on the second day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this idea helpful. If you're going to plan a water feature, please like and subscribe and share my channel with your friends. And most of all, have a lovely, lovely day.